Hello, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my video. We already talking about 8 subtopics in enzyme. So in this video, we are moving to the last subtopic, which is naming and enzyme classification. So naming of enzyme are randomly at the time of discovery, such as digestive enzymes. The enzyme names indicate both substrate acted upon and the type of reaction they catalyze. For example, by adding the word suffix ase to the root of the name of substrate, such as urease, which acts on urea. So enzymes can be classified by their chemical reaction catalyzed. There are 6 classes of enzymes, namely oxidoreductase, transferase, hydrolase, lyase, isomerase, and ligase. And this classification system was introduced in 1961 by International Union of Biochemistry. So what are the class of enzyme? Number 1 is oxidoreductase. Oxidoreductase involved in oxidation reduction process. What is the meaning of oxidation reduction? It transfer hydrogen and oxygen atoms or electrons from one substance to another. The typical reaction of oxidoreductase is just like this, AH plus B forming A plus BH. Look at the hydrogen atom. The hydrogen atoms are moving from compound A to compound B. So compound B receive hydrogen atom. Whenever a compound receive a hydrogen atoms, we call it as it is being reduced. So compound B is reduced. While whenever a compound lost hydrogen atom or lost oxygen, we call it as being oxidized. So compound A, the next example, A plus O becomes AO. So A is being oxidized. Example of oxidoreductase, I give you an example, the dehydrogenase, which means they are removal of hydrogen atom from substrate. How do I know that hydrogen atom being removed from this class of enzyme? Look at the name, which is DE. DE refer to the removal. What atom being removed? They are word hydrogen. So hydrogen atom being removed. Okay, another example is cytochrome oxidase or lactate dehydrogenase. Next class of enzyme is transferase. So transferase transfer functional group from one substance to another substance. The functional group may be acetal, methyl, amino, or phosphate group. So look at the typical reaction of transferase. AB plus C produce A plus BC. So B refer to the functional group. What are the example of transferase? For example, transaminase kinase, it transfer amino group. Other than that, alanine deaminase, transfer of amino group also, and acetate kinase. Alright, so next class of enzyme is hydrolase. Hydrolase forms two products from a substrate by hydrolysis. So hydrolysis means addition of water. Adding of water into a molecule produce two products. Like this typical reaction of hydrolase, AB plus water. So the products are AOH plus BH. Example of enzyme in hydrolase are lipase, amylase, or sucrase. Next class of enzyme is lyase. So lyase involved in removal or addition of groups of atoms without hydrolysis. So no addition of water. The groups of atoms being removed or add in that substance. The typical reaction of lyase, look at the example, RCO, COOH becomes RCOH plus COH. So there is groups of atom being removed, which are CNOO. CNOO forming and combine together and it becomes the carbon dioxide. Example of enzyme in this class of lyase is decarboxylase. So D referring to the removal, carboxylase referring to the removal of a carboxyl group, the functional group. Other than that, aldolase or isocitrate lyase. Next class of enzymes are isomerase. So isomerase involved in intramolecular rearrangement. The rearrangement occurs within a molecule itself. For example, the typical reaction of isomerase is AB becomes BA. For example, class of enzyme of isomerase is glucose phosphate isomerase. It must be the word of isomerase at the back of the enzyme. The last class of enzymes is ligase. So ligase joins together two molecules by simultaneous breakdown of ATP. So using ATP, the class of enzyme, this class of enzyme joining two together forming a molecule. For example, X plus Y, and by using the energy from ATP forming XY. So as ATP being used, so no more energy, so it become ADP plus phosphate inorganic. For example of enzyme acetyl CoA synthetase, phosphokinase, or DNA ligase. So that's all. Thank you.